So, I'm a blogger. I blog on Tumblr. I made a video the other day being like, oh my god, Tumblr's now news down for like 3 hours, and then I went and watched my friend's show. Perfect timing to have their show right when Tumblr went down. I have a video talking about it. I don't know if he's watched my video blog, because these are blogs. I'm a blogger. These are video blogs. I'm not a YouTuber. Even this YouTube channel, it's a YouTube blog. But, so yesterday was Valentine's Day. And the reason Tumblr went down was because they were making pink tags for the shifts. But my profile picture on Tumblr is a Phermit, which is Phil Lester ex Kermit the Frog. When I told that to my Luke, who's my straight male best friend, who I forced to watch Dan and Phil. He went silent for a moment and then was just like, no, I get it. And Phermit didn't get a pink tag because I'm the only one talking about it on Tumblr. I'm the only one with a fucking Phermit profile picture. So in protest, I celebrated Phermitimes Day. Which is exactly what it sounds like. I have a whole tag. You know, at first I was like, it's Phermitimes Day. I gotta keep my blog clean so then people can look on this. But then I'm like, no, I have the goddamn tag system. If they want to look at Phermitimes Day, they can go through the Phermitimes Day goddamn tag, and it's all there, and it's just posts related to Phermitimes Day, because I have the Tumblr tag system. My blog has started to actually pick up, which is awesome sauce. Originally it was me, and then I had like one or two mutuals, and they would add stuff in the tags. And then I started getting people who were checking my blog almost every day, which is the goal when you're a blogger. And now there's people who are just casually into my blog. And the thing about Tumblr is it is slow and steady. And when you're an insane person, you tend to lose followers and gain followers. Especially because I've had this account since I was 2019. And on Tumblr, it's Tumblr. That's a whole nother thing to explain. But I checked my followers and I was like, oh my god, I gained like 20 followers in just a couple days. Which for Tumblr, that is like, goddamn, because when they were following me for being insane. When people are following you for being insane, they are following you for you. I'm not even a normal Tumblr user. I'm an insane person. And I made this really fucking crazy post about Phermitimes Day. And I also went on a rampage towards the end of it about how much I fucking hate the Muppet Joker. He's a fucking asshole who made a bunch of fugly pilgrim hats for Thanksgiving and then blocked me when I said it was racist. And I don't care if everybody in the world thinks I'm overreacting, because me and Moi Luke fucking hate the Muppet Joker. And I'm not talking about the blog. We are talking about the guy behind it and his fugly pilgrim hats. Fuck you, Muppet Joker. But, Phermitimes Day. So, the whole thing was I was celebrating Phermitimes Day in protest of Valentine's Day, because it was invented by greeting card companies to get people to know nothing about the eternal love of Phil Lester ex Kermit the Frog. Fucking disgusting. I love being a blogger. I love blogging on Tumblr. I love just getting to be an insane person. I was just like, now I gotta go do my homework. But my homework is watching episodes of Star Trek. One of them is The Trouble with Tribbles. That episode is fucking awesome. One of my favorite little parts is you can tell William Shatner forgot that this Tribble was supposed to be a live creature, so he just takes it and he just shoves it. And then he's like, oh shit, no, this is supposed to be a thing. And so then he takes it out of his fucking headlock. Oh, Star Trek. I love Star Trek. We watched The City on the Edge of Forever in my TV genres and styles class, and we were talking about serials versus like episodic, more anthology, not anthology, more episodic structure. And he was saying how actors will sometimes play different characters on the show, or they'll show up just once. And I was like, oh, well, in Balance of Terror, the Romulan Vulcan later played Spock's dad, and he went, "Are you a Trekkie?" And I was like, "Yes, I love Star Trek." And this one guy in front of me was like, "Oh yeah." And I don't worry. I told them all that housewives in the 1960s were writing Kirk Spock fanfiction. And my professor just went, "That doesn't surprise me." And when we talked about the letter writing campaign, which saved Star Trek, I was like, and it was predominantly women writing those letters. And then he said how there was a rumor that Gene Roddenberry was getting people from UC Berkeley to write those letters. And I'm like, just classic sexism. You know, people can't like things, especially if it's women doing it. That means that nobody's actually doing it. And I was saying, you know, it's like those people, those men who they got into Star Trek. It's the same thing as those men who got into the Beatles, and those were predominantly female fan bases, and then they realized it was good, and then they're like, "Oh, what are all these women doing here? Women ruin everything." And then I went to the bathroom to go smoke some weed because we were about to watch Star Trek. And yes, it was a cart, so technically he was vaping. And technically I wasn't doing it. Technically this is a lie. Rhetorically, proverbially, no matter what, I'm smoking weed.